Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Pete, and I'm here to start a new project with Risk Global Domination. What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top 10 player playing Risk Global Domination. And what is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top player playing Risk Global Domination. What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I'm a top player in Risk Global Domination. I have a daily release on both my YouTube channels. I'm doing weeknight streams on Twitch. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I'm a top player in Risk Global Domination. I have a daily show on YouTube, twice daily, in fact. You can subscribe to Kill Pete strategy to Free Pete. There's even additional bonus content going on the Patreon and the YouTube memberships, ladies and gentlemen. We're going back to our roots today. The first game ever posted on this channel would have been these settings. World Domination on Classic, Auto 60 with an expert automated bot, progressive cards, balance splits dice, and no fog, blizzards, portals, or alliances. I'm in the 5th seed playing green. We've been here once or twice before. I have a series on these settings. It goes pretty deep. 76 episodes at time of recording. Oh, orange just smashes 4s like it's going out of style. How nice. I don't love my start, but I don't hate it either. I'm going to group my 2 into the 5. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to expect to lose this 2 to orange. Maybe I add a troop to it and see if he bombs it out of existence. And purple goes for a turn 1 Bono. Really? Does red break that? I don't really see that I'm able to. Magenta's going to bomb through my 4 in Australia. So we're going to be left with less. Ho, ho, ho. 6v4. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe not this turn, but next turn. I'll be in 3 positions. I'll have Mid-East position. I'll have Iceland. Oh, yeah, we knew that was going to happen. And and Asia. Oh, yeah, we knew that was going to happen. All right. Sounds good to me. So, different types of aggressive have sort of creeped their way back in. There's some semblance of good neighbor on these settings, but different types of aggressive now. I think I'm going to have a strong middle position. Maybe have a line for Africa if I so choose. So I've developed a preferred positioning theory for these exact settings. If all things are being equal, I would default to a 3-position play. 1 in the New World in the middle. Okay, we got a break on purple. 1 in Madagascar and 1 in Japan. So the Madagascar and Japan are the same reason. You can run through the position without having to actually impact the territory. So positionally, they are similar. Topologically, they are similar. The issue with the middle of North America is that it's versatile. It gives you a bunch of different directions. So there's a couple of nexus points on this map that connect to a bunch. So the middle of North America, Ontario here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. North Africa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Middle East, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As is Southern Europe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think China. Sorry, Africa as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And China. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all of those territories are, I would say, good to be on. But I would say that these three are great to be on. And if you happen to occupy all three, you'll be well positioned to make kills in the late game. Now, what we've actually seen this game is a much more traditional way these settings are played. Exclusively bad neighbor. So purple takes a bonus, red breaks. Magenta takes a bonus, purple breaks. Purple is now fucked. They're going to get their 4 rolled. Yellow playing strong with a single position in North America. Not magenta. Orange is going to go for Africa. And you can see I'm already kind of settling into my 3 position. So I'm going to move. I'm going to hit an orange 2. Would rather not hit a 2, but probably okay to do it early, and we're not punished by the dice. So I'm going to have really good lines on yellow, who's in the first seat. Orange already down to 12 troops. So I'm looking at kills, right? The way these settings are played is you want to make kills in the end of the first, but usually the second or the third sequence, such that you trade in turn. You take your opponent's cards when you kill them. You trade in turn, and you recoup the cost of the kill in the same turn. So very predatory. You want to wait. You want to strike when in the right time. And that's it's a pretty simple way to play, right? I actually recommend you get into, if you're new to the game, I recommend you get into Classic Fixed and Classic Prog in that order. Classic Fixed will teach you the mechanics, how the dice work, how the pathing works, and a little bit of diplomacy. And then Classic Prog will teach you how to make prog kills, sequencing, and the way the sets matter. And then explore different maps, and then different modes like caps. That's kind of the way I would recommend the skill progression goes. To the surprise of nobody, we see Africa get taken by green. Not green, orange. Should I join in? Should I break? Everyone else seems to be breaking. Or should I play it like I realize that the bonuses don't really matter in Prague? Classic map especially. Classic map is the type of map where the bonuses really don't matter long term, and especially if you fight over them. See how all of my opponents have weakened themselves with the exception of yellow. So I actually got to watch out for yellow because they seem to be playing the best. So right now what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of trying to hide. I'm trying to move away from everyone's positions such that I'm not in anyone's way. This game is playing out very traditionally. I think staying here will scare orange. So they're going to pop that as soon as they set. So let's move into Afghanistan with the expectation that orange will reopen me and or go bad to his immediate neighbors. Yeah, red's not done. Red's going to keep revenging on purple. Why would you let him hold? Okay, well, that's incorrect. And purple's just going to continue feeding your kill. All right, well, I'm tied for the lead, which I like. Yeah, and yellow's just going to sit there. Yeah, yellow's the only player playing properly. Everyone else is playing quite badly. Magenta will be okay. Magenta will build back up from having Oz and then hopefully not bomb their kill into me. I'm going to be able to maintain 3 positions. We see orange break, or does orange just like to hold their bonus? Roll 3v1. Orange will exhaust his exterior position, so now he will be in 1 position. So keeping track of your opponent's positions is essential to making kills. So red is in 2 positions. Yellow is essentially in 2, but almost 3. I don't really think of ones as being additional positions. Orange is in 2, but just barely. Purple is in 2. One of them is purple's in 3, and one of them is a bonus. Purple actually is in the best position. Ooh, he's just gonna feed red, and magenta is in 2. So I am one of the only people in 3 positions, and I want to stay that way. Red is down to 8 troops. Let's see if they disconnect from that. Does Magenta break Africa? Yeah. If I were to predict the winner of this game so far, it would be Magenta's over-aggressive, and they lock their troops up in Prague. Don't do this. These troops will now be inactive. He's playing... This would work better in Fixed World Dom. He's playing Fixed World Dom in Prague. Don't recommend it. I'm just going to completely stay out of trouble. Move to North America. Hanging out up in Greenland is fine because nobody is taking either of the +5s. I'm not really facing pressure from purple yet. In the first set, I might, but let's see if red continues the aggression. Just going to sit there. Yeah, just going to sit there. You're going to let this guy get away with it. All right, so... The fifth turn is the final turn where we take our cards before we're forced to trade. So this is the final turn of the open. And yellow skips. Okay, don't do this. There's no real upside for yellow skip. They'd rather get the 15 and the 4 trade. So when trades are forced next turn, yellow is would be on the 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, and then up by 5, 20. 25, 30, and so on. So yellow has switched the turn order from being first to trade to being last to trade. That gives up all of the initiative of being in the first seat. Now, if they were generating extra troops, you could make an argument to say, well, skipping is good for me because I'm going to put those extra 2 or 3 troops on the board. They're not doing that. So all they have done is they've lost a bunch of initiative to maybe gain a couple extra troops from the first set. This is an easily counterable play in... with skilled opponents, but with unskilled opponents like this, you see how everyone is taking their 5th card except for yellow. So yellow's play will work. But now I no longer think that they are going to be the winner of this game. I think I aim on red, but I don't want to take it yet. I also think magenta is going to set and pop one of my stacks. Either that or break orange. These are the 2 things magenta would be seeing. They're probably focused on the region as opposed to winning the game. Oh, red's coming in now. Okay, but purple's on a set. So we're going to start to see a lot of action this turn. Yellow's going to take their first. Red just hates purple. This is classic. I'm glad we're getting a game that's playing out exactly the way it would have played out 5 years ago. Yellow takes their 5th card, does nothing else, right? Yeah. Yeah, and they're in a single position. All right, so they're not playing all that well. Orange has the purple kill here if he wants it. Doesn't realize he's forced to set. And now he does. He's going to put the trade in. Yeah. Purple says, oops. Let me just kill him. Nope. You're just going to steal South American feed the purple kill. Well, purple can't really... if he gets completely removed there, purple can't really retaliate on red, which is what he wants to do. So... I have 100% red kill on my turn, and I will take it. Let's see what purple does. Can I sequence? Can I sequence under yellow's nose? So I'm going to get the 10. So I can kill red, set, kill purple, maybe. Break orange. See if I can kill underneath yellow's nose. It'll be tricky. Magenta's going to set and remove one of my positions. Or just chip at the one in Mongolia. I think I'm still fine with the red kill. My game can be sunk by magenta here. He's fucking around with the cards. And if he doesn't play, I'm in a great spot. None of my troops are actually live on purple, though. Okay, magenta botting out there is ideal for me. So they put the set in, but they don't get a card. Now we take the red kill. Purple gloats a bit. Oof. Good dice. Nope. Bad dice. Almost had it. Yeah, I mean, it was that close. You can laugh all you want. What are you going to do about it? So what yellow should do is actually kill purple or go for purple. What he does do is nothing. Oh, great. Now I'm in a fine spot. All right. Orange hopefully takes revenge on purple. No, breaks me. Okay, that's fine. Or does both, right? Does both. Yellow's pissed off that he's card skipped and almost died. I'm going to finish the kill. I'm going to punish the card skipper of this game. Mm-hmm. Purple survives. That is 20. So it looks like set kill purple, set kill yellow. Magenta gets second from botting out, which is just another sort of indication of the broken ranking system. Yeah. Magenta cries the blues because he sees which way the wind is going. He at least knows enough. Magenta, or not yellow. Yellow at least knows enough to know how to card skip, but not enough to know that it's not a good idea. And I'm going to show him why it's not a good idea right now. GG, man. And now we're talking. Everything goes very well for the Peatman this time. This is one of the things I loved about these settings. It's a very satisfying way to finish a game. You know? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on YouTube for 5 years. I cannot believe how many of you have had a chance to talk to me, to interact with me, to enjoy the show, give me the good vibes. I want to give it back to you guys. I love you. You are loved. You are important. You matter. I'm so glad that you're here spending a tiny piece of your time and your life with us together. I aspire to speak wisely. I aspire to make a fun show. It is no less than an honor to teach so many how to play this game. I've seen a tremendous impact. As of time of recording, Kill Pete Strategy has now surpassed 123,000 subscribers on YouTube. There are... These numbers drive me nuts. They're so large. We have lifetime views of 45.8 million. Watch hours are nearly 15 million hours. That's multiples of my lifetime over and over. You guys honor me. You guys bless me. I'm going to do a quick Q&A question before we end. If you have Q&A questions, I love adding this onto the show. It's very interesting to me to answer questions. Throw them up in my Q&A thread on the Discord, and they will be answered in priority sequence. And if you want to boost the thread, you can even get into the priority queue. So this question is from Kagame for Life. Hello, dear leader. I was just watching more commentary about Pirate Software's downfall, and there is a section where he's on with Dr. K, and essentially Dr. K tells him one of his comments is immensely arrogant due to the blatant disregard of feedback regarding arrogance. In your opinion, do parasocial communities and Twitch streaming fandom coagulate around the narcissistic and unhealthy personalities by default? Is it a core element of human sociology to follow the confident buffoon over the well-reasoned, mentally balanced alternative? How can we as a culture move forward from this trend? How can we as individuals personally improve in this regard, whether it be in leaders we follow or our own arrogance and ignorance? Thank you in advance. Great question. So I definitely tend towards my own arrogance, and I have to be very careful to check myself and try to continue to take feedback objectively. So this question resonates with me personally. I don't know a ton about Pirate Software, but I have been tangentially aware of this story. And your first question, in my opinion, do parasocial communities and Twitch streaming fandom coagulate around the narcissistic and unhealthy personalities by default? I don't know by default. I think there are all sorts of things that people like in other people. But braggadocio is one of them. That's never been me. So I might be internally arrogant, but I'm very rarely interested in telling you guys how great I am. I'm interested in showing you and getting the feedback when I win and when I lose. The reality is obviously somewhere in between the story we tell ourselves to bolster our own ego and the viewpoint that other people have on you, which is incomplete. Is it a core element of human sociology to follow the confident buffoon over the well-reasoned, mentally balanced alternative? I think so. And I think this is because on an evolutionary level, we probably needed to make very quick decisions. And those who didn't make it to pass on their genes. So the overconfident buffoon might be selected for in our sort of ape psychology. That would be my sort of armchair explanation for why. And as George Carlin said, the other part of it is, if you think about the intelligence of the average person, realize that half of everyone is dumber than that. Obviously, everyone listening, present company excluded, of course, but you guys take my point, right? Is that there are masses of people out there and a large variability in their capacity to understand things and then make high quality decisions because of them. How can we as a culture move forward from this trend? So it's not a cultural thing. And I like that you answered your own question for me. So the presupposition of the following question presupposes what I answered for the previous one, that I do agree with. But I do agree with your contention that it is a core element of human sociology to follow the confident buffoon. I don't agree it's cultural. I actually think it's evolutionary, as I made the argument. How do we move forward from it? Well, culture can play a role, right? We can uphold a virtue of skepticism, logic, and rational argumentation, as opposed to what we currently see is a lot of conflation and mudslinging, right? If this person says these words I don't agree with, instead of constructing a high quality criticism for why I believe what he says, what those words are wrong, I will call him a Nazi. So every time, if you're listening, every time you call someone a Nazi, you are not only undermining your own argument because you're not really making one, but you're also making yourself look like an idiot to people who might otherwise be interested in having a dialogue with you and um, and helping you construct a worldview that would be actually progressive, that would actually help us transcend the paradigm of always following the narcissistic buffoon. Final question. How can we as individuals personally improve in this regard, whether it be in the leaders we follow or our own arrogance and ignorance? So what I do as an individual is I try not to make emotional decisions. Try to get the least biased information I possibly can, which has become harder and harder, I've noticed. I'm very sensitive to propaganda, and I feel like the sources of information, and this also might just be a function of being older too. I know more now, but I've become more sensitive to the bias, the spin on everything, and it seems like it's very, very difficult to even get a air quotes objective sense of what is going on, let alone try to construct any sort of rationale for why I should do something about that. But just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not worth doing. So that's how I will actually answer your question. We can aspire to be confident and less arrogant, but we can also aspire to keep our model flexible and adaptive so that it incorporates new information and actually helps us grow and improve. I love when I am wrong. I love when I'm proven wrong because that is the opportunity to grow. And if that was extolled as a virtue, particularly among children, if children were encouraged and rewarded for being wrong and learning, as opposed to for being right, we wouldn't internalize this belief that being wrong is somehow bad. Because it is your only opportunity for growth is in your errors, right? Take the game of Risk as an example. If I only ever won, I would never get better. Would already be the best, I suppose, but that's a whole different thing. Thank you for the question. I hope I did it justice. It was a good one. It was really, this was a measured, well-written question. There were a few extra words, and I appreciate how it forced me to be a bit thoughtful there. Nobody in this game was good. I can't say I'm surprised. General Rischio, I liked your skip attempt. I countered it effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 5 long years. I have no intention of stopping yet. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. What a crazy ride it has been. I am so blessed. I am so lucky to be sitting in this seat having this conversation with you. I can't wait to see what the next 5 years have in store. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for all of you on the path to world domination. Good games and good luck.